to talk about this live stream I saw in my FYP yesterday of this weirdo named Darwin. Now he's talking about black femicide and saying like femicide is alarming question mark. What do you mean femicide is alarming question mark? Yes, there are young women and older women losing their lives at the hands of their boyfriends, fiancés, husbands every day, and also mothers being unalived by their adult sons that they allow to stay with them. So, what are you talking about? And the whole AB debate, I don't really talk about ABs because, everybody has their own thoughts on when women should have ABs. Some people are against it. Some people are not. Some people think you should do it only if it's medically necessary. So I choose not to just discuss the morality of it because everybody has their own moral, system and all of that. However, let's not compare ABs, a medical procedure, whether you think that is right or wrong, to a child that a baby or whatnot that is not aware of anything at the time, to somebody coming up into your house because you broke up with them and blowing your top off. Those are two different things, two different scenarios, and to compare the two is nuts. Like, whether you are against ABs or not, I think that anybody with a thinking brain would know that an AB is not the same as femicide. And it's so crazy to me because you will go this hard to try to deny femicide, which is happening. And it's happening all over the world. Men like this, I really feel are truly, truly disgusting. And they normally fit the same archetype. Don't like black women or think that black women are okay as long as black women are in a mammy role, in a servitude role. Don't like, what's the word I'm looking for? Don't like brown to dark skinned black women. You pedestalize other races of women. You're disrespectful. I mean, all of the things just go in line over and over again. But what y'all just tell me what y'all think about this? I'll start with Gabrielle. And hey, it's good to see you, Gabrielle.
Yeah, good to see you too. Can you hear me? Because I have headphones on. Or
Yes, I can hear you.
okay, yeah, no, I was gonna say I definitely agree with you. I do think it's really unfortunate, and like the people who are comparing this to AB, it's apples to oranges. There's no comparison. I do, unfortunately, like I just like 15 minutes ago, I was on Facebook and I saw like in France there was this like poking epidemic, and there was like at this festival. So I mean, it is rising worldwide, and I really really do think a lot of it is because of like red pill, the manosphere, and then obviously not to get political, but like the far right, like they have really just gone down the road of like hating women and saying women's rights should be revoked and complaining about like the workforce and saying, oh, because women got jobs, it's all their fault, and like men need to be back in power, and like, oh, if women were out the workforce, like every societal ill that people have an issue with, like they're finding a way to blame women for it. And so it almost gives males permission in their minds to think, well, why wouldn't we? And so that's why, like, even on this like screenshot I think it just went off the screen, but the screenshot that was on here of the live, it's like they're asking like, oh, is femicide a problem? Like, it's like they can't even openly admit that, like, yes, it is objectively a problem. That's not an opinion, that's a fact. And it unfortunately is rising. So I definitely agree with you, and I really do blame red pill and like the manosphere, because it's gotten to the point where it's like now you have like governments trying to like kind of undo, like de-indoctrinate or like unbrainwash males who are going down that pipeline. Like I've seen governments in the UK talking about it, but yeah, it's a really big problem. And yeah, that's just what I think about it. I hope that is helpful to the conversation, but yeah.
Oh, definitely. That's definitely helpful. Sorry, I had to put this one of my, never mind. That doesn't matter. I had to put some in my cart. But yeah, I definitely agree with what you said, Gabrielle. It's really nuts and it don't make no sense. And I think that it is also disrespectful to have these conversations, because it's like so many women have lost their lives and you out here playing with your bald head. Like, it's that same dude that I showed y'all that was on there rating the women, and had that one black lady that was up there that was letting all these men rate her and degrade her and stuff like that. And he was up there with his big bald head talking about light-skinned women. That's the color and complexion that black men, prize and think that is beautiful. And he got a brown to dark skinned wife. What? Weird. But go ahead, Kalandra. Good to see you too, sis.
Hey Trigger, how are you? I'm still sitting up here shocked that this was a real live. Like, what in the world? That is deeply disturbing. First of all, reporting. You know what I really don't like about these people is how they feel like only things that are reported are happening. Black women, I think I read somewhere where they said a black woman is unalived maybe every few minutes by her partner. Yeah, I think. And then for you to like use that statistic, first of all, if you're gonna be on here doing lies like this, at least lose true facts. Several women are unalive every day, but the fact that you compare a femicide to AB, that's really, I don't even know what to say about that. Like, that's like comparing apples to oranges. I definitely think that we're living in a time where men hate women. That part, knowing me, the numbers are even higher. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, but I really think that we're living in a time where men hate women. They don't value women. They don't care about women, and they hate women. And I think it's many reasons. I do agree with Gabrielle when she said about red pill, and definitely the policies of the right to try to roll back rights of women. But the fact that you can compare that to that, I think that's really sad. But and the women triggered this, like, did you watch the lies? Like, what was the women on the panels telling him?
Girl, I didn't even stay for long because I find him to be disgusting. But it was women out there saying that they agree with this man.
Oh my
And
God.
I couldn't even believe it. I was like, what are you doing?
And see, that's why we can't get nowhere, because women who agree with stuff like that, at the end of the day, to compare women losing their lives, mothers leaving their kids. I've seen like so many stories in the last 2 weeks in my state of Georgia of men unaliving their pregnant girlfriends and wives. Like, what is going on? And the fact that like you can compare AB to that, like, what is the what is the reason that these men are going out here unaliving these women when they're heavily pregnant? Black women take up the most of, what do they call it when you're pregnant? A pregnancy unalivement by their intimate partners. And so the fact that you're out here comparing that to AB's, man, Sandman, get out of here. You're not welcome here. Let me block him. Hold on, Trigger.
No, you shouldn't have blocked him. You shouldn't have blocked him. I was about to say something to him.
Oh, I'm sorry. I blocked him because he was Caucasian.
Oh, well then that's definitely right. Then you should have blocked him. For sure. But go ahead on what you have to say.
I just think it's so sad. As somebody who's working on like doing a documentary about Black femicide, I just think it's really sad. They don't care about their kids either, because they're going out here unaliving these women. Trigger, I have seen so many stories in the last few days. I think I've seen like 5 stories of men unaliving their pregnant girlfriends. Like in Mableton, I saw one, DeKalb County where I live. They don't even care about their kids. So I mean, to compare, I'm lost.
Yeah, I read a story. I think it was last week. It was a woman that was asleep. I think she was 23, if I'm not mistaken. She was 9 months pregnant, sleeping in bed with her other 2 kids. No, she was 21. 21. She was sleeping in bed with her other 2 kids, and I guess she broke up with her boyfriend or whatever. I don't know. He was mad that she broke up with him, and he waited until she was asleep and knew she was asleep and went to the side where her bedroom was and shot into the house and shot her like I think 16 times. and with the kids on the bed with her being pregnant with his baby, and then just ran away after he did it and got caught like a couple hours later. And it's just like wild animals. Like, you know that people gonna know that you did it, right? Because the first time something like that happens to somebody, you're gonna be like, hey, who would have done something this to this degree? First of all, you already know. First of all, you're looking for a man. Nine times out of 10, statistically, you're looking for a male. So check that off. Then most women are 9 times out of 10. Once again, when a woman is unalive, she's unalive by somebody she know. So then you look, oh, who does she know? Oh, she's pregnant. What's up with her baby daddy? Oh, they broke up. Oh, boom. We're finding you. It just doesn't make any sense. They don't even try. Like I was telling my husband, is like, these men don't even worry about not getting caught. They're so emotionally unregulated that they don't even think, I'm definitely going to get caught. Throwing your whole life away. Because he's like, I think the guy that I'm talking about is 26. So you unalive,
Also
you're...
true.
Oh, what
They
you say?
cut you off, but that was the story I sent you. And mind you, he was on probation because he unalived somebody else.
Right,
And this
right,
man,
right.
that's the story I sent you. And you was right about her age. She was 23. And I think her mom said she was like 2 weeks away from her due date. And he, unfortunately, the baby didn't make it either.
That's great. Somebody, y'all gotta like the live more, because somebody just reported the live for exposure of body. I really wish that I knew how, like, because I heard people said they do that and they're able to do it. The fact that y'all weirdos come in here just to report me, and I don't even understand why TikTok let people do it. Y'all report me, but y'all never report none of these weirdos. Y'all make me sick. And I know that it's a man. You weak, you weak, you weak. And it make me so mad that I really want to restart it and then just keep looking at who joins the live. Like I just, this is exactly a lot of the reasons why I don't care. Even though I was very upset about the Rick Chow situation, I never made like a video about it. It's the reason why I never speak about black men no more, because of y'all behavior. Like, y'all really make me sick. And then my thing is, like, the dude that, because I clicked on that guy's profile that Kalandra blocked, he had like a white supervillain up. So I don't know if he was white or not. But I will say this is what irritates me, because I don't know if he was black or white, but it really don't matter. Men always talk about what about the kids, but then they demonize single mothers and women that have babies. Say that you're washed, you cook, you ugly, you unattractive, you'll never look good again. You're used good, your value is reduced, and then you wonder why it's so many people out there, women, that get ABs. You don't think that there's also a part to play in it? Because I can guarantee you that if women, mothers, women that had children, were worshipped, the ground that they walked on, they were looked at as the most beautiful human beings of all time, I can guarantee you the AB rate will go down. I'm not saying that not anybody would do it, but what I'm saying is that you cannot shame women that have babies and shame mothers and also mistreat mothers, leave them to do the majority of the work, so the woman knows that now that she's pregnant, that she's on her own. You can't do all of that and then expect some women not to terminate. You just can't. Let's see here. Ben the man says, or maybe there's just a lot of reckless people that need to use protection. Or maybe you could think that there's a lot of men, since they're in control of who they ejaculate inside, that they need to do that. How come men aren't out there getting fixed? It's reversible. Why aren't men doing that? Exactly. So shut up. And I probably already blocked you, which is why you in here. So let me block you, because you not the man and you ain't never been the man. Bye. Anyway, like I said, it's so crazy and so weird. Like, it just doesn't make any sense to me. Like, I can't wrap my mind around it. But once again, like I said, if y'all really, really want it, AB rates to go down, which you don't. If you did, you'd stop demonizing mothers and you start helping women. Because a lot of women that get ABs are afraid they're not going to have any help. They're in society's perception of women who are mothers, and it's really just that simple. But I feel like black men trying to negate femicide is even more disgusting because black men are statistically the most violent towards the women in their community. They're the quickest to unalive a pregnant woman, even if it's his baby. Do you know how many black women get unalived while being pregnant? It's actually the thing that black women lose their lives the most with while being pregnant is unaliving by their partner. Yeah. So I need black men to take it seriously, but I feel like they don't. You know what I find, this lack of empathy that black men collectively have for black women. I think that really is what made me have a lack of empathy for them as a collective, because it's like, yeah, you know what I mean? But I think that men like Darwin are dangerous for the black community. They're dangerous to other black men. Even though other black men listen to them and think that they're saying something, they're dangerous to them. And just wholeheartedly problematic. And it's crazy because the guy that made this live, he has a daughter. Like, so all of the energy and bashing and low-key shade that you throw to black women is going to go onto your black daughter. Just a matter of time. Just a matter of time for you pay for what you put out there. You what? I'm gonna let you gotta get in the box. You gotta get in the box. So what are you saying, sir?
Oh, it's me, Trig. I just changed my profile. So I wrote
Who's this
that.
man?
Huh? I'm not a
Who's
man.
this man?
I'm not a
No,
man.
I said who? No, I said who's the man in the picture?
This Congolese guy.
Oh,
He'll
just
take
some
her
random
life.
dude?
Yeah, I know him on the internet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so the I probably think YMP missed it. Um when I made that comment is because they already do it. They already unalive pregnant women. Like I seen cases where a man will unalive a pregnant woman because they don't want the child. And that's why I was saying now imagine AP wasn't a thing. It will even skyrocket because a lot of them are already doing it to women that they don't want the children with.
Oh, okay. I think I get what you're saying. So you saying that a lot of the black men that are killing black women that are pregnant never wanted the baby in the first place.
Yes, now imagine AB wasn't a thing where they can just pay for the woman to get that kind of situation. If AB wasn't a thing, it will even skyrocket because they're already doing it. That AB is a thing, but they're already doing it on the life of
Oh,
the
okay.
women. Yeah.
Okay, I get what you're saying. You're saying that like how some women can be coerced into getting ABs and stuff like that, and some women do that. If that wasn't the option, then it'd be more women getting unalived because they would just do.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. Because I know somebody that got coerced into AB. The man lied to them that after you get it, we'll be in a relationship and this and the third, and she ended up getting it and he left her.
Oh, okay. All right, yeah. I mean, I believe that. What do y'all think? You about to say something, Kalandra?
I was kind of confused. I was talking to her from my other page because I was trying to like your comments. And I'm saying that the fact that that guy made a live like that, but you have black men that are going out here and unaliving that the women that they're pregnant, that they got pregnant, and the child, the baby is unfortunately unaliving with the mother. Like, that's what I'm saying. And so I was kind of confused on what she was saying. And that's why I said that, because I mean, for him to make a live like that, but none of the women in the box said. I mean, look at the case of Shakaya Prison. She was 2 weeks away from her due date, and unfortunately, she and her son unalive. So like that's what I'm confused.
I'm agreeing with you guys. I'm not disagreeing, and I'm saying AB have gave some women a way to kind of protect themselves, because there are some men, when they don't want the child, they get very violent, and this is for all races. Actually, I've watched so many true crime cases where a man unalive a woman because she got pregnant and he didn't want the child. Instead of just in those situations, they didn't even let the woman that they know that they didn't want the child. They pretending to be in it and lure the woman somewhere where nobody is around and unalive them because they have another partner. So that's why I'm saying, without a B being a thing, the cases like that would even skyrocket. These men don't even want the children. So for him to even be like, oh, a B occurs 30,000 times per day, as if we should focus more on that than femicide, when there's some femicides that are happening on pregnant women because the men don't want the child. So I just think it's moving the goalpost.
Okay. I got you. I mean, I think that you know what I'm saying. My timer went off, girl. I'm cooking something, but yeah, I definitely agree. I mean, I think it would be worse if there was no option. But like I said, I just think it's weird to even try to compare ABs to femicide in the first place. It's not the same thing. And like I said, I'm not even speaking on the morality of ABs, whether you should do it or not, pro-choice or pro-life, whether I think it's wrong or right. Because I'm not ever gonna say my thoughts about that, because that's too touchy of a subject. But what I will say is that it's not the same. This is nuts. This is not the same. And if you think that this the same, is something wrong with you. You know what I'm saying? You try and be funny. Like, you try and be funny. And that's all I have to say. Like, honestly, for real. And then it's like, and then when you think about ABs, there are so many reasons why someone could do it. You could do it because your life is in danger. You could do it because the baby is going to have a poor quality of life because of birth defects. You could do it. Well, I already said quality of life, right? I said birth defects. I said a risk to you that you might pass. Yeah, you could do it for great, like, because you've been great. I mean, you could do it also because you're sexually irresponsible as well, and you just don't want to take responsibility for, your sexual irresponsibility. But it's a lot of different ways and reasons why someone could be doing this. And regardless on whether you agree with any of these things, the process of doing that is different than a person that's alive, born, been in this world, walking around in this world, and you turn around and you go to them and you take them out of here violently, and they're totally aware of everything that you're doing. What? I mean, what? Like, I don't understand why, and it seems like black men do it a lot. They make this thing where they try to compare it, and it's not the same. Like, a black woman be like, hey, did you hear about those 5 black women that were violently unalived and raped? What about the ABs that they could have had? What? That's not the same at all. It's not comparable. And I really feel like it's very difficult for black men collectively to take accountability for anything, which is why in the black community, you have black men that grow up and ain't no good, and somehow it's the black woman's fault. It's the mama fault. How is it the mama fault? Everybody is not always influenced by everything that their parents do. Like, or there's plenty of people that have been raised correctly that grow up to be pieces of crap. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I just feel like, in any and every way, in the black community, it's very difficult for black men to take accountability for anything. And they always have to find some way to put it on women. And in this particular instance, you know, you can't deny the femicide numbers. So the only way that you can try to minimize femicide or make it seem like these women deserve it, simply put, is to say, well, what about these miserable black heifers that are out here committing these ABs? I think they deserve it. Or let's talk about that instead. And let's just blame black women. That's all that is rooted in. It's because they can't ignore femicide, because everybody knows that black men are out here putting black women in the dirt. So this is just a way to throw it off. The same way when you talk about these black men that can't get it together and are out there committing crimes and doing these things, they talk about the single mother, it's the mother's fault. Knowing good and doggone well that that's not the case. Everybody has their own choices to make. There are plenty of men that have been raised by single mothers that don't do these things. And when you like somebody like LeBron James, who was raised by a single mother, and now he's a billionaire. Nobody ever talks about anything positive about single mothers when something positive comes out of it. Nobody ever does that. So I don't know. I think that Darwin is a problem. This man is a severe problem for TikTok spaces, the black community. I think he's a failure as a father. He's a failure as a husband. And I think that he's absolutely dreadful. Period. Because why are you doing this when you have a wife and a daughter? You are ruining the world for them. Go ahead, you.
I had a question for you. Why? Because I've seen it even as being African, is where there is a culture of blame black women for everything. And I just wanted to ask you, why do you think is that? Because at this point, in my opinion, it's globally. Like even within my community, when something goes wrong with the child, it's blame the woman. And yesterday there was a conversation about child trafficking, child moving. I don't want to say that word, child moving. And the men there, they're African. They were blaming the mothers, not the parents, the mothers. And some of them were even blaming these children, 17-year-olds or less. They were blaming these children. So my question is, why do you think that is the case? Like, why is it a global phenomenon where it's blame black women for the failures of leaders coming from a patriarchal society like Africa? Africa is very patriarchal, where the leaders are men. So when there is a failure of leadership, it somehow turns into, let's blame the women too. Let's blame the single mother. How are you a leader and you're blaming the people that you're supposed to lead? I just don't understand that phenomenon. If anybody does, please explain it.
I think it's because black men, number one, collectively, and I don't just mean black American men, I mean black men across the diaspora, are comfortable being at the bottom as long as they're above somebody, which is above black women. They don't have any desire to attain to the heights of, power and control and things like that other groups of people do. And as long as they can be above black women, that's fine with them. As long as they can look down on black women and be in control of them, that's fine. And that, in my opinion, that's all it's rooted in, is that simple fact. And, rather than say, hey, you know what, as black men, we are doing the majority of the damage to the black community, which is the truth. I'm not saying that black women are perfect or whatever. There aren't any black women that engage in harmful or toxic or problematic behaviors. But if you were to break down every problem that the black community has, the majority of it, 80% is committed, is black men's fault. Statistically, on paper, this is not just my opinion. You can look at it on paper, stats, logic, facts, all of that way. You can look at it. And just like somebody said, even in Africa, when you look in Africa, like I don't know what happened, but I had looked at some African videos on Instagram. So now all of a sudden I'm seeing all of these videos from Africa. I literally saw several videos of African men beating the brakes, and I'm talking about the brakes off of African women, and people just watching it. I was a 6-year-old girl, right? It was like 3 African, I guess, police officers or whatever. I forgot where they said they were located though in Africa, like what country. But they had this man like zip tied in the front, both his hands, because apparently he had been beating on his 6-year-old daughter. And he tried to hide her. They found a girl and they lift up this girl's shirt. Keep in mind, 6. That girl back looked like she was a slave. It was so many webs and healing and open webs. I'm talking about, it was crazy. Like, I don't know what he was whooping her with, but it had to be some type of like whip, because the marks, and some of them were open. And then they were asking the little girl like what had happened to her. And she was grabbing all this stuff into place and showing them, cause she also had all of these like marks and burn marks on her hands. And I was just like, oh my God. Like, I saw that. Then I saw another video of this girl. She was with this man that was clearly older than her. He looked like he was about 40, maybe 40, 45, something like that. Looked like a demon. It's all these African women in this, I don't know, it looked like they're in this type of like, I don't know, open room somewhere, but it looked like there was chairs and stuff around. And they was telling this black man, this African man, like, why are you beating her? Why are you beating her? You've been beating her since y'all got married and stuff. And she said, she's just 18. She's just 18. And he was like, they were yelling at him saying, you're trying not to show her face. Turn around and show her face. Turn around and show, because he was holding her like in a bear hug to where her face was pressing his chest. And she looked so freaking sad. That girl turned around, her eye all blacked up, a big old gash on her eye. I'm like, the fuck is going on, man? And this is what I'm seeing. Like, when I be having debates with like people that be like African, or people that's Black American, and Black Americans and Africans get to arguing and get to comparing. Baby, these men are bad wherever they're at. There ain't no different. Like, I remember this one African lady. She told me like, oh no, our men over here in Nigeria are better. The fuck they are? The lies you tell. They're bad everywhere. Like, I know Nigerian women, because I know that's a lie. So it just be like I said, I don't know what the heck is going on, but I really do believe that it's really simply put is that black men don't want to take accountability at all. And I find it to be disgusting, really. And I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. All I know is that Darwin is a huge problem. Period. He's a huge problem. But let y'all speak. I think you had something to say, and then I'll go up there to Miss Kimmy.
Yeah, it's really bad. And Africa being so patriarchal, and you have a lot of women who have internalized misogyny, where you have a conversation one day, honestly, just join a panel on Africans speaking about feminism, and you will see how these men, like African men, they despise feminism. And it's like they start asking you, why do y'all need feminism? That's the West thing. But they're not noticing or seeing the oppression that black women and girls in Africa are dealing with. And you even have women who are agreeing with that. So it's really bad. And I wanted to understand it. But your answer is correct. Your answer is very much correct. Is that oppressing black women to them it's not a thing, as long as the white men still exist. Because every time we bring up the oppression that the black women are going through, they will bring up white men. Oh, we've been colonized. But it's like, no. In places like Africa, where we don't have white people in our countries, it's you guys that are oppressing us. It's the black men that are the oppressors in those kind of lands. And nobody seems to want to understand that. But I'm glad that black women in the America are finally addressing these issues, where myself, I'm even in these conversations, and
I'm able to also bring these conversations back home to my people, where we can have these conversations and try to protect Black women globally, because these conversations are needed, and somehow nobody wants to have that conversation, how Black men can be oppressive. Black men using patriarchy can oppress the women who are trying to uplift them and help them through this racist society. They are oppressing us. So I'm glad that I'm in this place, in these spaces, and I'm glad that you let me come up here and speak and able to also bring up the connections between Black women here and Black women there, and what we're going through as Black women globally. Thank you so much.
No problem, no problem. And I just wanted to let y'all know, like, I had found this lady on TikTok, right? And she's a Black woman and she had a lot of good takes on stuff. And so I followed her. Today I had to unfollow this lady because she was over there saying that feminism isn't for women and that men should have a right in feminism and women's rights. And that women aren't the authority on like femininity and feminism in the fight because sometimes men know more. And I was like, what? You know what? I almost commented something crazy, and I was just like, you know what? Let me just. It's no purpose in arguing with her, because if you think that, you're far gone. And then it was a whole bunch of men in the comments, like look like G-Men, saying the same thing, and I was just like, you know what? Yeah, you gotta go, lady. You gotta go, and you have a big following too. Like we were mutuals, and I just was like, baby, when you click on me the next time you see my videos or something, you see that it say, duh. But anyway, yeah, because that just, that was just nuts. But go ahead, Kimmy, go ahead, sis.
What the hell? Hi, Chicken. Hi, guys.
Hey.
What are people on? And to me, I think that's part of the problem why the change hasn't happened. There's always going to be one pick me woman. There's going to be one bird always agreeing with these men. Yeah, I don't lie. It's not my body. It's a baby. It's unaliving a baby. Whole time you could get raped tomorrow. You never know what's happening in store for you. And then now you're forced to have that baby till term. It doesn't make any sense. Like the same women that literally sacrifice their own self-respect to uphold these stupid values are only hurting themselves. Like that's the thing that they don't understand. And the woman who said that the Nigerian men are better than American men must be smoking something potent. I couldn't understand in what world where they hold a grape festival in Nigeria, how those men are somehow better than American men. Don't get me wrong, American BLK men have a long way to go, but African men, imagine being in a place as a woman where there's no running water, there's no electricity, there's no police. The police is more likely to rob you. So these are the conditions that women are living in there. And we all know after a natural disaster or if there's war, the amount of grape quadruples, skyrockets, because men without like having any consequences would do way much worse than they already do right now. And the problem is like child rape is not taken seriously in Nigeria. In fact, it's very common around like certain Muslim areas for women and children to not be able to go to the toilet properly because child marriage is so normalized. They've had kids at 12 years old, at 8 years old. So their insides have literally split. Like, and you can smell them. So my dad did youth services, like you can smell them before you actually enter. That's how it's known as part of that people's culture, child marriage. So I don't understand how someone can live in Nigeria and come and lie to you American people. It is 500 times worse because there's no police, like there's no hospital, there's no nothing. And the patriarchy princesses are very strong. Any sort of feminism, you can be unalive for that. I mean, the government unalives you for less. So, yeah, I'm so glad that you called that out because Africans will like to stunt on Americans a lot of the time, and there's nothing to stunt on.
Thank you for giving me that information, Kimmy. I didn't even know what you said about, the insides and stuff. Like, that's just absolutely horrible. It's just ridiculous, and it's just so many things that women and girls have to go through, and that's why I do think that there's a difference between men and women. And I think that men really lack empathy. I really do, because you see all of these kids, they be like you were saying, 8 and 9. These men do not care. The girls looking all sad. The girls crying. The girls don't want to do it. They don't care. They still gonna do it no matter what. They know they're not supposed to be doing that, but they don't care. And I'm not saying that it's not no women out there that have preyed on young boys and stuff like that, but this really is, like, I would say more often than not, this lack of empathy that men have and the care of their feelings and their sexual desires above everything else. It just don't make no type of sense. And it's scary to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real, for real. Because, and I said this before, and I guess people, I don't know, people think I'm playing. Like, America is bad, right? It's a horrible things that happen to women over here. It totally is. However, the worst things that are happening to women over here, it's happening way worse in other countries to other groups of women, and they don't have nowhere. Just like Kimmy was saying, ain't no hospital, ain't no police station where you gonna go to and they finna get picked up. None of that. The men just go and just go free. Like, oh, yep, I just great turd. Yep, I sure did. All right. So bye. All right, go ahead. You have a good day, sir. And then these women just have to sit there and swallow it. You know, or women that be like, hey, no, I don't want to marry you. I don't want to have anything to do with you. Next thing you know, she getting a face full of acid. And she just got to sit in it. Like, I mean, it's a lot of stuff that be going on in a lot of these places, that women undergoing like things of your nightmares. But nonetheless, I just feel like we're here, you know what I'm saying, in a place where, I don't know everything about the UK, but so Kimmy could tell me if I'm wrong, but I feel like from what I see, that in the UK there are still places for women to go to report something, and in the United States is places to go for women to report something. And the fact that you have men, because in my opinion, men here in UK, United States, other places like that, I feel like men are trying to get it into a position to where they can repeal the little rights that we do have, which is why they go so hard at the horrible things that happen to women in these so-called more civilized places. They try to minimize it so that they can get away with doing more. And I think it's disgusting. And that's why I said somebody like this bald-headed man, Darwin, he is an enemy to women. He is an enemy to children. He is an enemy to his own child. He's an enemy to his wife. He's an enemy to the Black community and an enemy to society. And I also think that when you hear the men that be talking monotone, how he talk, those are the most dangerous men, because they say the craziest stuff in that monotone. Hey, I don't understand. Why would you get an AB if you've been raped? I don't understand why you just wouldn't have the child. I mean, it's still half of your child. You shouldn't have a problem with that. I don't understand why you're upset that Black women are being used and abused. I mean, isn't that your role? Is that you're supposed to be the mammy for Black men? I don't quite understand. Like, when they talk like that, like, those are the most diabolical men. And it's a lot of them that be on here that be like this. That guy, what's his name? It's this Black dude with gray hair. He be doing that. Darwin be doing that. Black, I think his name is Black something. I don't know. His name is Black something. He be doing it too. But anyway, let me shut up and keep going, y'all, because somebody else just came up here. Go ahead, Brown Sugar.
Hey, I'm kind of late to the conversation. What is going on? That prompt is actually disgusting.
Girl, ain't it though? You know that guy that we were talking about before, that Darwin guy that had them, that Black lady that was up there letting them Dusties rate her, and he said that stuff about light-skinned women, having like, being like basically the prize, and he got a brown and dark-skinned wife. He made this prompt right here.
Oh, didn't he come in your live that day?
Yep. I just happened to see this in my feed yesterday evening or afternoon. I can't remember if it was afternoon or evening. And I was just disgusted because he put femicide at the bottom, question mark. Like, what do you mean, question mark?
I think he was throwing shade at you because I've never seen any public debates talking about femicide at all. Like I've never seen that um at all, and I really think that there should be more public debates about femicide because I mean there is no, I don't know if there's such thing as mammicide, but women aren't unaliving men in numerous numbers. Like they are unaliving BLK women. So I really think that there's something to be talked about and poured into. And also the fact that this man has a child, has a daughter, and you're not advocating for women is really sad. And I don't think that everybody, you know how they say everybody doesn't deserve children. I'm really starting to think not everybody deserves a daughter, because having a daughter is an honor. It's extremely precious. And I really think that if you have a child and you don't care about her well-being, other women's well-being, how they're going to grow up, how the world is going to look like and treat them, you don't deserve to have a daughter. You don't deserve to be a girl dad. And, he just makes me sick. That's why he doesn't have any hair on the top of his head. And, when it comes to ABs, why are they so worried about what women do with their bodies? If that's your choice to get a AB, do you, sis? Like, I'm not going to, bash a woman for doing what she has to do. And it says intimate partner unaliving is reported 2 to 3 times a day. I don't know if the stat is true, but I do agree that um most likely, like, you're going to get unalived by an intimate partner or somebody that you're dealing with. Like this past weekend, my child's father was threatening me, talking about he was going to put me in jail, unalive me, and all this other crazy stuff. So, like, even if you're not dealing with somebody, it could be somebody in your past. These dudes are severely unhinged, and they don't know how to act. And anytime they get enraged, they feel the need to try to say things to, I guess, scare you or do things that would end your life. And it's really sad. So I'll land there for now.
All right, all right. I got you, Brown Sugar. And I'm sorry to hear that about your child's father. If you need anybody to talk to, you can always DM me, sis. Let me go next up here to Nyla. Go ahead, Nyla.
Hey, Triggered, how you doing?
Hey.
Um, this is a real topic, and what I've been seeing online a lot is that a lot of women are starting to really decenter and delineate and really move towards just being celibate. And I know that, for women that are married, for women who have had great, awesome experiences with their significant other, we can't just say all men, but I'm going to say the majority of men, um, in this patriarchal society, especially our BLK men, if if enslavement didn't include them, I think that they would be okay with it in regards to us. I think that they would totally share the same mindsets as YT men towards BLK women, just as much as if not even more so. I think that is unfortunate that we, have to be online every day fighting for our rights, our autonomy, our respect. We have this whole thing with, the comparison with, Megan Thee Stallion and Daphne Joy, where they're basically very two free, open women, but because BLK men have this disdain for BLK women, they'll fantasize and fetishize another culture of woman, but really hate and denigrate a BLK woman. And what I'll say, I had a very horrible experience with an ex of mine where I was so enraged that I wanted to go to his house. I wanted to call the police. I wanted to really hurt him, because he just did something so violating after me not dealing with him, after me saying how I wanted no type of sexual, involvement with him, just, a friend, like, someone you have history with. I realized that even in history or proximity of knowing these men, You are not safe. You cannot trust them. And, I just do feel like more women have to really start doing the checkpoints of when they're dealing with men, if they still choose to deal with them, to really check the mental, to check the background, to see how these men are, and really give it time, because anyone can save face for 6 months. Anyone can tell you everything they love about you. You have these men getting on here saying it. They're telling on themselves, yes, I'll be with the woman. I'll play good for 6 to 7 months just to get what I want, and then I'm moving on. So it's like we have to be a little more wise in our choices and not be so focused on the aesthetic or a man's pockets or what he can provide. Because what I've been saying for the past few years since I've been celibate, that women are never safe in a safe space with most men. And I'll land my point, but I do think that this definitely should be talked about more, because I look at crime stories way too much, and it's been going on since the beginning of time. And like you said, they minimalize it. A lot of these people, they get away with it because the police feel, people in charge feel a certain way about women. And that's why, again, like you said, they minimalize it so that they can get away with worse, acts against women. And I just think we have to be more protective of our space and access, because again, we're not safe in these times, especially with, our community of men. So I appreciate the conversation.
All right. I got you, Nyla. I appreciate you, sis. I have something to say about that, but I'm gonna keep going. I'll respond to you after I let this last person speak. Go ahead. Valley of the Sun. Go ahead.
What's up? Hey, what's up? So intimate.
Let me
I can't see what's in. I can't see what's in red. Intimate partner, then red is reported three times a day. What is that?
What?
In red, I can't see what the.
This is a screenshot from someone else.
Okay, well, all right. So anyway, about I can only go for what y'all talking about. Intimate partners reported 3 times a day. I don't really know how y'all get to these violent partners, and it's all of a sudden. It's usually not all of a sudden.
All right, shut up. This isn't about how y'all do anything. We're not going to talk about it from an emotional standpoint. We're not going to talk about how. We're going to talk about the statistics. And it's so crazy that y'all always say this when y'all talk about women in romantic partnerships, but y'all never talk about the fact that men unalive men the most. I don't know if anybody knows this, but men unalive other men more than they unalive women. And nobody asks men, especially black men, who are unalived the most out of everybody by pew violence, by each other, right? Nobody says, well, how did y'all big bucket heads end up in the dirt with a t-shirt
in a neighborhood full of women
on somebody's funeral program with some wings on your back? Because y'all are complete idiots. So how about, please don't interrupt me, bald head. All right? Don't interrupt me, bald head. And that's exactly why you're gone. Because anytime I give any of you nignogs with no hair on y'all scalp a chance, y'all always start off saying something stupid. And that's the reason why you don't got no hair on your head now. That's the reason why you can't use a comb now. That's the reason why you can't wear a wave cap now. That's the reason why you can't use a do-rag now. That's the reason why you can't use no grease now. That's the reason why you don't have a wave brush now. That's the reason why you can't use one of them little things that dudes be using on the top of their heads to make them little curls and stuff, because you don't got no hair, because God don't like you, because God don't like ugly, and that's what you are. So go ahead and get up out of here. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to talk about something you don't know anything about black femicide. And that's the thing. Another reason why I don't like talking to y'all is because y'all are uneducated about everything, but have the strongest opinions. You cannot have a strong opinion on something that you are not educated on. That's the reason why what I do is, even if I don't agree with somebody, or I don't agree with their standpoint, or I don't agree with their ideology, you know what I go do? I go educate myself on it so that I can give a good response to debunk whatever it is the person is saying. The thing that y'all do as black men is y'all just don't like it. So y'all just say, oh, that's not true. That's not true. That's not true. I don't like what you're saying to me, so it's not true. You don't listen to the stats. You don't listen to what's going on. You just go off of emotion. You are completely emotionally unregulated. And that to me is scary. It's scary. You cannot have a deep opinion on something you don't know nothing about. You don't know nothing about black femicide. You don't know nothing about sex trafficking. You don't know nothing about these young girls losing their lives and being preyed on by these losers. You don't know nothing about that. And that's why, and then y'all always say that, oh, I don't know how these black women are choosing these guys. When literally, anytime a black woman has any type of standards, all y'all do is shame them. You shame them. You talk about them. You say, oh, why do you think that you deserve a good man? Why do you think that you deserve a man to pay your bills? Why do you think you deserve an educated man that hasn't been to prison? Why do you deserve that? You're not pretty enough. You're not fit enough. You're not this, that, and the third. You deserve this bum on the street because the bum on the street represents you. And this better not be this man's body in his profile picture. But this is exactly what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. You tell black women to settle for less, but then when black women do choose these low down men and get unalive, then you talk about you don't understand. You don't understand how they found it in the first place. Well, now, Brown Sugar, you said this is man.
Yeah, I screenshot it from his page. That's his body.
Oh my. Yo, I know y'all lied to me. I know y'all lied to me. I know this man don't got on no green spandex. Oh. I'm gonna tell you right now, this man look like everything that he been through. Okay, everything he been through. You know how people would be like, you don't look like everything that you've been through. You don't look like no. He looked like everything that he been through. Oh, Brown Sugar, it made me take you off. It made me drop you. You gotta come back. I gotta see if this man's still in here. I gotta block him. Hold on. Oh my goodness, y'all. Lord have mercy. And you know what though? This is something that I want to say too. You know what I think? I think a lot of times as well, with the new thing of men, like who's gonna be the boys, with all of these men running around with bedazzled pants on and bedazzled shirts and bedazzled jeans and bedazzled hats, and they're always talking about they're a bad bee and they want to be taken care of and all of that. I think that a lot of men, and then also, and I said this before, the men that consume red pill content, where men are just constantly bashing women all the time, talking about women are all ugly, women's private parts are ugly, women don't have anything to offer. They begin to believe that stuff so much that they begin to love other men, like in a sexual way. And I think that's why when you have a lot of these men that are very angry against women, they actually end up loving men. So what we're coming across are men that hate women and they like other men. So they're in here just, so angry because they're in this unseen competition with women. And I think it's very, very strange. And the last thing that I want to say real quick is when I think it was Nyla, I think when she was talking about like how like particularly black men, are doing these things. I just wanted to say, I don't know if y'all ever be on the YT side of TikTok, but do y'all know that YT women right now are over there talking about that they will give up their right to vote and give it as a family vote and let the man vote and control all of the voting and decision making in the household? Now, I think that with anybody that is well versed on history, do y'all know that leaving things in the hands of white men is absolutely insane? Because if you leave things in the hands of white men, everybody's going to lose their rights except for them. They're going to oppress everybody, any and everybody with impunity. So I just want y'all to know that this is definitely this whole thing of oppression and men trying to do things. It's all of them. It's all of them. There's literally no difference. So I just wanted to say that it's no difference. Now, I do think that all the different races of men have their own different issues when it comes to women and their own like things that they are more known for doing. but I think it's all of them as a whole. Like, if y'all get what I'm saying. But Unwritten, you have something to say, sis?
Oh yeah, with that voting thing. So I wonder if, because I have heard them saying that, which is insane. And they're saying that this is like a household vote. So if you have more, say, so what they essentially would potentially do is cut the white vote in half, and everyone else, if you have, if you're single, that would, you would keep those same number of votes essentially outside of the white community. Do you see what I'm saying?
That sounds crazy, sis.
Would that not be what would happen?
Girl, I don't know. I mean, I feel like they would shoot them. I mean, excuse me, pew themselves in the foot if they did that. But I'm sure that if they're trying to say this, they got some type of way to make up for it. You know what I'm saying?
Because I'm like, that's the loop. I'm like, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, if y'all are coupling up and y'all are doing a household vote, and other communities are, remaining kind of siloed in their own like households, not necessarily just coupled up, that cuts their vote in half, while everyone else's vote remains the same.
Yeah,
Per
girl.
household.
I just, like I said, and this is another reason why I really am against, like, what is it, like, feminism that you join with all the other women, because
It
white
has to be something
women.
separate. Yes.
Because white women will sell out black women every time when it comes to feminism. Because, and this is something that I don't think I've ever said publicly, but I talk a lot about black women. Well, I talk all about black women, but that's because, black women are my people. And I'm always going to talk about black women and try to help black women, uplift black women and all of that. But let me just say, I know we talk about black women being mammies and things of that nature, but I will tell you what, you haven't seen a mammy until you talk to white tea women. You haven't seen a mammy. White tea women be mammied out. And if you ever look at like global, like the way women behave globally, not trying to be funny, but Indian women, Pakistani women, Asian women, they be mammied out as well. Mammied out to where you won't even believe it. Like, I look at so many stories when it comes to like Indian women and Pakistani women. Them women be over there abusing other women because a man told them to. And I'm talking about throwing acid on them, chopping their noses off, abusing them, keeping them prisoner for like domestic labor, allowing men to grape them, doing all type of crazy just because they trying to go along with men. They be mammied the heck out. But people talk about black women, and I do too, because I don't care about these other groups of women. But I will say, though, just so people know here, that black women on the mammy totem pole, especially, people say totem pole is like, some of you shouldn't say anymore, but so I'll just say the bottom or whatever. Black women, specifically black women over here that's in the States and maybe in the UK as well, depending on, what your culture is and if you've assimilated to the culture there or your original culture or whatnot, we'd be the least mammied out. But it's still bad when you compare it to other black women and the black women that got sense. Does that make sense? Y'all get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Hopefully y'all do.
I say black women are, over here are the least mammied for sure.
Yeah, because other places, like, bro. But I will say, though, that black women here, though, and I think black women really across the diaspora, though, have a very big problem with coddling black males and like letting them be little boys forever. And that is what gets black women caught up. Just like the black woman, I think she is like 58 or 60 or something like that. Hold on, I gotta mute Gabrielle. Because I don't think she knows she got unmuted. I'm trying to mute her, but it's okay. There we go. Just like the black woman, I think she just retired, and her son was like doing all type of stuff, scaring her in the house and just not contributing anything. And he was 29 and he also had a degree, and he ended up unaliving his mother because she got a court order to evict him. And he ended up dismembering her body and trying to flush some of her down the toilet. And he threw her head in like some wooded area and then put her other body parts in a suitcase. Her suitcase that she used to travel with. That, like, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the stuff black women be doing, coddling these boys until it's too late. You know? No, he was black, Nyla. He was black. They were all black.
Yeah, they keep. I've been seeing more. I've been seeing some progress in it. I think there's been a lot of discussion and pressure on black women to be. Burn the cape movements. There's been so many different things that I feel like there's been a lot of discourse over the last 10 years that black women have really, woken up to. So there's progress, still more to be done, but we're definitely seeing that cape shrivel up every year.
Yes. I definitely agree. I definitely agree with you, Unwritten. I think
I
black
like
women are
that.
doing better every
I
day,
like
for sure.
that. I
Every
like
day.
that. I've
Yeah,
had
they're
two
definitely.
friends. I've
Oh,
had
just
two
1 second,
friends.
Nyla. I'm
Oh,
gonna
sorry
go down
about
here.
that.
Oh no, it's okay. I just want to go down to Gabrielle because she hasn't spoken in a while. I didn't know if she wanted to. Did you want to speak, Gabrielle?
Yeah. I was just gonna say, yeah, I didn't. Sorry, I didn't realize I was unmuted, but yeah, I did see the thing about like the whole voting thing. It's like I know they're saying now that we want a household vote, but they don't. They only want males to vote. Like they're trying to make it sound more palatable, but they absolutely are trying to like roll back, the 19th Amendment. And like I follow a lot of like political stuff online, and it's like it's not even just the voting. Like they're openly saying that women shouldn't be in the workforce. They're saying stuff like, oh well, the man's supposed to follow God and the woman's supposed to follow the man. It's like they are very much trying to like roll everything back. So like everything that the feminist movement achieved over the past, like, I don't know, 3 to 4 decades, they want all of that gone. So, a household vote is terrible in and of itself, but they would not want a world where it's like truly a household vote, even though that would be bad. It's like they don't want married women voting or single women voting. That's why they're doing this thing with the SAVE Act. And their end game is no women voting. It's just they're just trying to like do it step by step instead of just jumping to the end target. But yeah, I just wanted to say that. But yeah, I actually have to drop in like 15 minutes. So, but yeah, I just wanted to add that. And sorry, I didn't know I unmuted. So sorry about that.
Oh, no problem, Gabrielle. It's no problem. I appreciate you, sis, and I definitely agree with you. All right, I'm gonna go up here to Nyla real quick. I'll set your timer, Nyla, because I think you have something to say.
Okay, yes, I was saying that the femicide, is it called, like, correct me, the femicide is the definition of sons with mothers, or what is that definition with sons going against their mothers? That's one question.
Oh, I think
Two,
it's matricide. If it's just
matricide.
sons, yeah, I think
Okay,
so.
matricide. Okay, so recently I connected. I have two girlfriends, the older, because I'm in the 50 Fine Club. So these women that I do know of, one of them was raising her grandson because her son was very neglectful. The other son, I never saw this coming. But both of those women that I've been talking to, they have literally disowned their sons. And one of them is going through a court case battle to keep her grandson because her son is so neglectful to the point where he went out of town because he would leave them and just leave them for like weeks at a time. No food, no provision. She's sacrificing. She's taking care of her grandson because she's like, if I don't take care of my grandson, he's not going to survive with either parents. So she's sacrificing. She got to the point where she was so nervous of her son and she didn't really, they were having issues. She left like an abused woman in the middle of the night while he was gone. And I'm sitting here thinking like, never in a time. Now I know that it's been, I saw my great grandmother coddle all my grandfathers and their brothers. And I would hear these stories about how terrible they were to women. And it wasn't until I grew up and became a woman, because these are family members. So you don't really equate them to being just negative until you hear the outside stories. And my great grandmother was one that coddled her sons. And so I do feel like it's sad that we have these women that, like I said, the girl is the scapegoat, the son is the golden boy. And then it ends up being a trigger thing. But it's like, in my time, it wasn't a lot of that. So it's really weird to see that right now with the mamicide and like all this against women. So I just was like, I'm sorry, I'm just long-winded, but it's just real unreal to me because I just knew mothers back in my day that they would put hands and feet on their sons for getting out of line. And one more thing I want to add. My youngest brother is incarcerated. They are having classes for men to understand women. He was very upset. He didn't understand why they're starting to have classes for the male inmates to understand women. And I told him, I said, you may not be abusive or to women, but it's a large statistical rate of men being abusive. So now even in the jails, they are starting to push these men to take classes in regards to learning how to deal with women. So I'll rest my case because at least they're trying, but I think it needs to be more of that.
All right. I got you, Nyla. All right, let me go down here to you. Go ahead, you. You have something to say, sis? Or did you? If not, you don't have to. But if you did, let me see if I can send you a request to turn your mic on. Are you there, you? All right, well, maybe she might have stepped away or something. So I'll go next up here to Kimmy. Kimmy, did you have anything to say, sis?
I just wanted to say that basically the YT women and the other non-black women are the biggest mammies. I'm so glad you said that, and can you do a video on that?
For sure. I have to put it on Patreon because, I can't speak on other groups no more without somebody possibly telling on me. But yeah, I think that's something I really feel like, and I've also been neglectful in it because I need to speak more about the things that Black women do right and the things that more positive things about Black women, because I do think that we are doing great. Like there's a lot of things that people talked about us that we have definitely made strides and improvements in. And I think a lot of different groups and demographics of people are able to get away with doing a lot of stuff that's problematic simply because nobody talks about it. People just feel like the only people they're going to talk about are Black people and make it seem like the things that go on with us is something foreign and just insane. Everybody else is so perfect while they got all type of craziness going on in their community. So yeah, definitely. I'm actually about to finish this video that I'm doing on Daphne Joy and Meg Thee Stallion because my God, and I think somebody mentioned her, I think that was Nyla today, because I'm already writing something about this because the way people are treating Megan Thee Stallion versus freaking Daphne Joy is disgusting. The fact that people are saying that she is the picture of femininity and she's so sexually empowered, and all of these doggone Black men talking about, yeah, that's right. If there was a Black woman that was on film having a train run on her by two dudes, do you think that femininity would be what she would be addressed as? Do you think that people would be talking to her nice when they interviewed her? No. I really feel like with Black men, you can do anything in the world. You could be the biggest 304, no disrespect. You could had a train ran on you by 1,000 men all at the same time, and it could be anything. All your skin got to do is not be Black. You just don't got to be a Black woman. You can literally do anything with Black men. You could smack a Black man. You could disrespect a Black man. You could cheat on a Black man. You could do anything as long as you're not a Black woman. Do you know anytime I be looking at like them like little paternity things and it'd be like a Black man and he'd be with a white woman and he'll be up there trying to figure out if that baby is, he'd be like, oh yeah, she cheated. This is her 5th time cheating on me, but I decided to accept her back and I'm only going to stay this time after the 50th time if this baby mine. I'd be like, what? Like I can guarantee you if she was Black, you would never go for none of this. It's real crazy. Like it's so disgusting to see a double standard. I literally watched a video today of a white woman. She had poked a Black man, an old Black man in the head. They said that she had poked him, what's the word? Like unprovoked. She didn't know him. He didn't do anything to her. She just went up to him and poked him. That's what people were saying in the comment section, right? All of these Black men go and try to hold hold the Black man that got poked down and try to protect this white woman. And I'm thinking to myself, like, I can guarantee you that if she was Black, she wouldn't have got the benefit of the doubt for nothing. for Nathaniel. And that be the things that just like, it's just like such a big difference in the way that we're treated, than anybody else. But anywho, y'all, my neck has been acting up so bad this week, y'all. My neck and my head. So I feel like I'm reaching my expiration for being on here right now. So I'm gonna wrap this up, but I'm gonna let Brown Sugar end it out because I think she's the last person that didn't have speak in a while. Go ahead, Brown Sugar.
Hey Trig, yeah, I'm glad that you brought up about other races being mammies, and I think that BLK woman only got that put on us due to Birth of the Nation, the film that came out, and also of the mammy characters of them having, the mammy is very big. She has a scarf around. She does housekeeping work. She's always nice. So I think that any woman can mammy, but it's put on BLK women due to racism, just as the Jezebel spirit or the Jezebel, as they said, it's a racist trope for real, for real. If we're going to be honest, and it's only put on BLK women. Oh, she's going to be fast. She's going to be this and that. These are only what these women are offered. They're either going to be Jezebels or they're going to be the mammies. It's no either or when it comes to BLK women, which is not true at all. But it was passed on us due to anti-blackness and racism in this country. And I really think that, this is a great topic. And I think, I really don't like this bald-headed man at all, Darwin. I haven't seen his lives, but I really hope the women that was on the panel really stood up and stood on business when it came to women. I'm really tired of these men consistently worried about what's going on in women's spaces, but these men have so many issues when it comes to their own space, unaliving each other in alarming rates. Why don't BLK men save other BLK men? And then that other guy that had the bad body said a hood full of women. I mean, I don't know why they always blame women for them unaliving each other, which makes no sense when most of them unalive each other due to hating each other. It could be rugs. It could be somebody lost a fight. Whatever reason is, that has nothing to do with women itself. So they just don't even want to hold each other accountable for even unaliving themselves. It's actually sick. Oh, did you want to say something, Trick?
Sorry. I had to go to the fridge to get me something to drink. Sorry about that. No, I didn't really have anything else to say. I mean, I agree with everything y'all said, everything you just said, and just like everything that the lady said. And no, I don't like Darwin at all either. I just feel like the rhetoric that he puts out on his page is extremely dangerous. And I think it's really harming Black women at the end of the day. Like, I really do. And, he claimed he trying to let black women and all of this stuff get together. And Black men and Black women come together, and I don't agree. You can't say the things that he says and then say that you want that too. But yeah, that's all. I really didn't plan on talking about this really deeply, y'all. I just wanted y'all to see it. And if y'all don't believe me, y'all should. He be saying crazy stuff all the time. He doesn't come in my FYP often. I haven't blocked him on purpose. Because I think it's good to talk about some of the things that he says to debunk it. But he is horrible. So yeah, that's all I can say about that. But anyway, I just want to say I appreciate all of you beautiful, lovely ladies for coming up here and expressing your thoughts. Thanks so much for coming, Gabrielle. Thanks so much for coming, you. Thanks so much for coming, Nyla. Thanks so much for coming, Kalandra. Thanks so much for coming, Miss Kimmy. Thanks so much for coming, Brown Sugar. Thanks so much for coming, Miss Unwritten. I appreciate all of you guys and appreciate all of you beautiful ladies in the chat as well. Miss No Emily, Miss Tony, Miss Get 'em Girl, Miss Gigi Cam, just all of you ladies that always come through and stuff like that. I appreciate y'all as well. Miss Amy, and let's see. Let me make sure I didn't miss nobody that's really been in here commenting and stuff like that. Yeah, I think I'm fine. Yo, and hey, Miss Chrissy, baby, I don't know if you're still in here, but hopefully I didn't see you. I didn't know that you comment. Oh, Miss Intellectual CC as well. I appreciate y'all, love y'all, and I hope that y'all have a great rest of y'all evening. Okay, and I will see y'all later. Oh shoot, I didn't
Thank
see
you,
Suffering Sucker.
Trig.
Oh, no problem. All I got a shout out to. I see some ladies in the box. Shauna, Miss Suffering Succotash, Miss C, Sheba, Miss Relentlessly Me, Miss October, Miss From Scratch, Miss Angie, Miss Aaliyah, Miss Trinity. Appreciate all of y'all. And yeah, I'll see y'all.